All right. I think we are live.
Great. Hello, and welcome to the Partner Matrix webinar. Our focus today is on driving partnership growth and efficiency with Bridge and Ignite AI. As we go through the webinar, we will explain to you what that means. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Andy Gilbert. I head up Connection2Channel, which is a channel consultancy based in the UK, but reaching across EMEA. I'm delighted to have with me today Fiona Coughlan from AchieveUnite and also Akash Singh from Mindmatrix. So we are going to wrestle this problem and we're going to do it in 30 minutes. So good luck to us. It's a massive issue.
Yeah.
There's no webinar that's gone out over the last year that hasn't mentioned AI in some way. But let's get into it. Let me first, Fiona, let me give you the opportunity first to introduce yourself briefly, and then just tell us a little bit. I'm giving you top line 30 seconds here to explain what AchieveUnite is doing in the AI arena.
Yeah, lovely. Thanks, Andy. I help lead our people development part of AchieveUnite. And we've developed our Ignite platform, our Ignite AI platform, really to help our clients and our clients' staff and employees have a tool to make them more efficient, upskill them, change habits, and partner more effectively with other partners and also their clients. And I'm sure we're going to go into some user cases over the next half an hour.
Yeah, cool. So that's really, I guess the danger, the popular danger of AI is it's like Hal from 2001 Space Oddity, I'm sorry, I can't do that, Dave. But what you're drawing out there, Fiona, is the real human side of that and the relational side. That's really interesting. We'll get into that a bit more later. Akash, same question for you. Give us a quick overview, intro to yourself, and tell us what Mindmatrix is doing in the AI arena.
Are you also going to give me 30 seconds? Because I may over.
I'll give you 45 because I know there's a lot to say. So
all right. So hey everyone, I'm Akash. I lead go-to-market strategy at Mindmatrix, and we are having this session at the very right time because I'm working with Fiona's team on publishing a very in-depth report on AI and ML for partnership channel and alliance community. So I don't want to spill the win, but I'm going to share with some of the insights and learning that we have gotten so far through our research, through our experience. And from Mindmatrix perspective, we are doing so much on AI and ML front. So before I answer to your question, Andy, maybe I think I would like to take a few moments just to describe the overall AI universe, right? Because in today's time, we only talk about Gen AI, right? But when we look at the whole AI universe, we have more technologies. We have technologies like machine learning, we have deep learning. Then if you go down, we have natural language processing. Then the Gen AI comes in. So before the advent of Gen AI, Mindmatrix has already been implementing machine learning to our platform. For example, we recommend assets to partners and vendors. And for that, we have already been utilizing machine learning. We have partner classification. We have partner scoring engine that has already been utilizing machine learning models and data models within the platform. So, and now with the advent of Gen AI, which we have now integrated within the platform, so vendors and partners both can come together. They can personalize assets. They can write content. They can utilize different data sources and make sure that they have the right information at the right time, both from vendor side as well as from the partner side. Now, so we will delve into these topics later on our discussion. But I just wanted to give a very quick overview where what we have been doing and where we are at the moment.
Yeah, that's really helpful. Thanks, Akash. We were talking about this offline. The one way of looking at the AI in its entirety is as an iceberg. And if you like, the generative AI piece is the bit that we can see above the water. And the bigger, more substantial piece is below the water. It's going on in platforms. It's going on in a lot of those big vendors that we know and love. but also across many platforms. And that's the bit that's going to drive this forward. Great that we can write press releases in 3.5 seconds, but it's a lot more than that. So just picking up on that point, just describe to me some use cases. As you said, this is such a massive topic.
Yep.
We kind of can't really get our arms around it as in its entirety, but give us just an idea of some of those use cases, particularly as they relate to channel and channel players.
So I think from use case perspective, maybe I think I would like to start off with machine learning first, right? Because that's the core of any AI engine or model. So if you're asking for an output from an AI model, it is going to relate back to your data sets, and that data sets is being done and trained on a machine learning model. So with our platform and experience, what we have been trying to do with machine learning, the couple of use cases on that front. So first is the asset recommendation, right? So if you have looked at one particular marketing asset, how the platform can give you a suggestion based on your past behavior. So that's the very common use cases, right? Then as you do more and more activities on the platform, the platform learns your behavior, that what are your interests, what are your behavior, what are the trends, what are the activities that you do on daily or monthly basis, and based on that it recommends the next steps for you. So this is what we have already been able to achieve on the platform. Now once you have data sets ready, then we have started training our models and created our Gen AI solution. So from Gen AI perspective, you can do whole lot on the platform. So from use cases side, you can write content now based on your own data sources. Now if you go to ChatGPT, it's a public domain, right? The output may not be as relevant as your own data sets that might be sitting from your company data sources, your partner data sources. So we have trained our models on your data sets. So it's custom developed model that is going to give you a very concise and relevant output. So asset recommendation, content writing, asset personalization. If you just write a prompt that, hey, I want to create this asset for XYZ customer, they are working in healthcare, they are working in manufacturing, and accordingly the machine learning engine searches the right information that you have put on the platform and creates a personalized deck, creates a personalized email marketing campaign, creates a personalized, or let's say, web page for you that you can immediately share from the platform to your end customer. And then there are other solutions like AI driven short form videos, so that we are going to introduce in coming months, and that is a very unique way of driving partner engagement on the platform. So think about TikTok short form videos, where you can create 1.5 2 seconds videos, for example, and then you can attach your case study, you can attach different documents. So you are giving a sneak peek to your users to drive engagement, and the partner can utilize this technology to drive engagement with their end users.
Yeah.
Now if we look at the future, then we can do predictive analytics based on what the performance and activities that your partners have been doing on the platform. So this is one thing where we are headed in future. So I hope I gave you enough on from the use case perspective.
That's a lot of stuff. That's really helpful. Thanks, Akash. So that's a lot of machine learning driven stuff within the platform, as
Yep.
we said before, below the waterline really of the iceberg. Fiona, I guess from a AchieveUnite perspective, there's, and I'm not meaning this in any pejorative way, but it's a little bit more touchy-feely and relational in terms of how you're engaging. Just
Yeah.
kind of add on, put the icing on the cake of what Akash has just described.
Yeah, absolutely. So what Akash has described is really the power of the technology and its ability to drive engagement. At AchieveUnite, we take things from a complementary standpoint, but different. And really what we sort of think is that we're moving from a knowledge economy into a trust economy, because before it was really all about knowledge transfer and people were just trying to find different ways to understand and learn information. And that's become even more critical when we think about the customer's buying journey, and when we think about all the different solutions that partners have to manage and integrate for their customers. There's a huge need for knowledge. But at the same time, there's been a bit of an erosion in trust. Because things have been changing, so things change so quickly all the time. Organizations are going through digital transformations all the time. I think McKinsey said it's something like, I don't know, 64% of organizations are going through transformations as we speak. And so when you think about people having to drive this engagement and people having to say the right thing at the right time to get the right outcome, you really need to be skilled. You really, really need to understand how to do that. And with the Ignite platform, what we are able to do is take these data sets and put them into or onto our platform and provide knowledge assistance that can deliver back to the user very relevant, very specific, very well aligned information that they can either use to engage a customer or share in the form of a short form video to a customer. And that's where we've got alignment with Mindmatrix. So really what we're saying is you need the competencies to be skillful to engage a partner or a customer. We can provide you with the competencies in the form of a training program, but then you've also got an agent in your pocket because you can access it on your mobile phone to ask a specific question, and it will learn what you need and what you want, and it will give you exactly how you can show up to develop trust and respond to the way your audience wants to engage with you.
Yeah.
So it's nuanced. It's doing the same thing, but it's nuanced from a different perspective. I hope that makes sense.
It does make sense. Yeah. I love that idea of going from knowledge to trust economy, because the next question is how do you build that trust in a world where, certainly from a client point of view, they're bombarded every day. Every time they open up their laptop, they're bombarded with stuff. Who do they trust?
Exactly.
Hence, that's what really brings us into the channel. So let's kind of drill into that a little bit more. What can the partner community benefit? You've kind of touched on a few of those things, and we've got this picture of a cake that you guys have created together that works together, with a nice bit of icing and some decoration on the top as well, I'm sure. But what just bring out some of those benefits of this AI collective solution specifically for the channel.
Akash, do you want to go?
Yeah, sure. So in terms of benefits, so let's start with the final business outcomes. What the partnership and channel community can achieve by implementing AI or ML solution. So the first and foremost is operational efficiency, right? So you can easily calculate the number of hours that is going to reduce from your existing workflow or processes. So you can easily measure that process by creating a very simple AI chatbot or creating a simple ML workflow within your partner tech stack. So that's the first business outcome. And second is the cost saving, right? So it is ultimately going to help you drive the cost optimization on many fronts. So think about when we think about the partner program. So at every stages of the partner program, there's a cost involved at every stages to support and serve your partners, right? So how you can achieve and you can drive cost efficiency by utilizing the technology as well as your existing headcounts and making sure that you're optimizing your overall partner operational cost. And the third piece is the partner or people enablement. That's where the Ignite AI comes in and help you enable your internal teams as well as your partners. So from Mindmatrix perspective, it's all about technical sales and marketing enablement. So, and when we integrate Ignite AI, it is going to drive that important piece of trust by enabling its people in the entire ecosystem.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, sorry, go on, Andy.
I was just going to add to that I guess there's that scalability element as well. I mean, it's a well doing it, with your 2 or 3 key partners, but we need to scale this thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and I think in terms of the benefit from an Ignite perspective, working with Mindmatrix, it's going to be the fact that you've got all different levels of experience. We are working in a workplace that has multi-generational workforce now, and you've got people coming into the workforce with different competency levels. And really what we're able to do is we're able to offer the partners and their people, or the vendors and their people, the ability to really drive the business outcomes to the customers more effectively, because we're accelerating their competence more quickly as the AI engine learns kind of like what they need to know and help them be more effective. And so you're also helping your customers, reach their value ROI more quickly, because they can be more specific, more valuable with the information they're giving, which obviously increases trust as well.
Yep. Got it. You guys have been working on this for a while, I think. This is not a blue Peter, here's one we prepared earlier, kind of suddenly appeared. This is there's a lot of thought gone into this. Sorry, Akash, you were about to say.
I was just saying, I forgot to mention one final business outcome that the vendor can expect is to create a very seamless and engaging partner experience. Because ultimately, if you are giving this AI and ML tool, you're enabling your partners to interact with the vendor in a very efficient manner. You're helping them find the right information at the right time, and you're enabling them with the right processes and tool, as Fiona also mentioned. So it's all about creating a partner digital experience at the same time, and helping them engage more in a very effective and seamless manner.
Yeah. Okay. That's quite a compelling case you put forward there, Akash. So I've got 4 things plus one extra. So I've got efficiency, I've got cost savings, I've got scalability, and the whole power of enablement that you mentioned.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's seamless. And again, that's so important. The channel partners can't accommodate too many bumps in the road and too many what we like to call single sign-ons. Well, if you get 5 single sign-ons, it ain't a single sign-on.
Yeah.
So let's work a scenario. I'm let's say I'm a tech vendor. I'm looking at this, and I kind of maybe even have a budget to do some stuff in AI, and to really develop and encompass AI within my partner operations. What are the key things that I should know before I set out on this journey? What should I be armed with before I'm implementing any of these AI solutions?
So I can take that one. So from our perspective, since we are a platform company, and when we look at designing and implementing any AI model or solution, I think the first and foremost is understanding your data sources, right? So, and when we talk about data sources, it is bifurcated in 2 parts. One is the structured data, and the second is unstructured data, right? So forget about implementing any Gen AI solution or ML. So AI is as good as its underlying data sets, right? So when as a vendor we are aware about different data sources, we need to start collecting these data available with us from different platforms. So we need to create a process by ingesting and collecting this information from different data sources. That's AI 101. So once we cross this stage, then we need to establish the business rules and company guardrails, that and what are the data privacy and security rules that we are going to establish on top of these data sets. So, and we need to make sure that the right people have access to the right data sets. And once we have done that, then you start training your models. Then you start training and creating output, creating your prompt engineering menu that you are going to offer to your partners or to your internal team, that they can utilize to get the output from your AI models. But before even thinking of launching or buying any AI tools, think about the data sources and think about the data privacy and security rules that you are going to establish before even starting with the data training and implementing your AI solutions.
Yeah, and I guess, Akash, there's always going to be multiples more of unstructured data compared to structured data, and I guess when anybody, a client or whoever looks at an opportunity, they start with their structured data and they kind of get their arms around it, and they say, well, hang on a minute, what about all this other stuff that's not structured? And that's the real benefit of AI, isn't it, to be able to draw that in.
100%, because unlike different other industries like finance, manufacturing, or per se or any other, let's say, medical manufacturing, right? So compared to those industries, within partnership and channel communities, we have more unstructured data compared to structured data.
Yeah.
So how we can synthesize those data and make and train our model to give a meaningful output, that's the whole key.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you want to come in here?
Yeah, no, that's why I think we've got such a great partnership between our two companies, because both of us have got secure data sets. Both of us
Exactly.
have an offering that's very, very specific. So within the Ignite platform, what we've actually done is taken the IP from AchieveUnite, so that it focuses very much on our trust curriculum and the assessment that you need to measure your ability to create trusted outcomes, and also the competencies that you need to effectively partner, either if you're partnering with a partner or you're partnering with a customer. So the key thing about optimizing any kind of AI engine, I absolutely agree with Akash, it's having the right data sets and the right secure information to be drawing from, so that you get a good filtered response back. But the other thing that Akash mentioned and referenced was prompting, because the more specific you can get in terms of the way you communicate with your AI agent, the better the feedback and the information you get, and therefore the better the experience you're going to provide either back to your partners or your customers. And all of that is what drives the efficiency, the capability, the scalability, the cost savings, all of that. So as you start to really use AI, thinking about how you optimize those skills is going to be key to driving success.
Yep.
And both of us, our joint companies help clients understand how to do that.
Yeah. Just to change gear a little bit, we've got this thing in the channel that we call PRM, that we've been developing over the last 15, probably longer years, and that runs in parallel track with CRM. I'm guessing that AI is going to play quite a big role in bringing those two tracks together, because they both need to feed off each other.
Yep.
To have a functional channel infrastructure environment. Can you kind of elaborate a bit on that, Akash? Do you want to pick that one up?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, when we think of integrating CRM with PRM, there are two key pieces to it. The first is seamless data exchange, right? And thinking about business outcome, business case, what are the client needs are, and based on that, what data exchange that we are going to establish between both the platforms. So that's the key, right? Some vendors may not need to share the data, financial data of the partner, and some vendors may need to push that data out for the partners. So it really depends what the use case and client needs are. And when we talk about AI adoption, right? So when we talk about AI or ML adoption and integration between CRM and PRM is about creating that user experience. How we can create a seamless and end-to-end user experience for partners, for internal teams, that they don't feel like they are stuck with the cumbersome platforms. So they want to have a seamless experience, no matter whether they are doing some activities within CRM and some of the activities within PRM. So these data exchange and the user experience, I think from my perspective, are two key things that we need to pay attention to.
Yeah, cool. Fiona, anything to add to that? I mean, it's a massive issue. We're not going to address it or answer it on a half an hour webinar, but that's some really good insight, Akash.
Well, I mean, we've got a client, and it's all about integration for them, because they are trying to upskill different generations of sellers to deal with their customers. That they're one of the partners. So to Akash's point, really bringing PRM and CRM together, plus a bunch of other systems so that they can have real-time communication with their partners or their customers. That's going to be the differentiator. It's all going to be about efficiency. But for AI to really add value, it has to be very, very relevant. And that's why the partnership we've got with Mindmatrix is really exciting, because the more relevant you can make it for the partners and for the customers, then the better the business outcomes. So,
sure. Yeah. And having those flexible APIs that can work with Salesforce, can work with HubSpot. If you ain't got that, then you ain't got much, So that's really the start point, isn't it? Because again, you can't have multiple single sign-ons. People get fed up with that quite quickly.
100%. And because of that reason, Andy, we have brought that Ignite AI piece within Mindmatrix, so that the user doesn't feel that they are using disjointed platforms. They are having a very seamless experience by being in Mindmatrix, because the CAMs and PAMs and partners, they are utilizing Mindmatrix to run their operation. Why not to have Ignite AI that will enable all the stakeholders and people who are involved in this process? So they are having one single view, they are having one single experience by being in Mindmatrix platform. So we are creating that user experience with our integration with AchieveUnite Ignite AI. That's the main focus. Yeah.
That's really cool. That is, and that's music to my ears, that platforms are working together to create this, not just doing their own thing. Unbelievably, we are almost coming into land. I get the feeling we could probably run this conversation for at least another half an hour, but we promised we'd do it in half an hour. So thanks for your concise answers and presenting your thoughts so clearly, Fiona and Akash. Just give us one each from each of you. Just give us a takeaway. This is a massive subject. We've kind of scratched the surface of it, but what's your key takeaway? Fiona, ladies first.
Thank you. I think my key takeaway is that everyone's going to be hearing, and all they're going to hear is AI. So you really need to think about the application that you want, and you need it to be in a secure AI platform that is going to deliver relevant information in a timely fashion. And if you do that, it really is a game changer. I mean, it will change people's ability to learn soft skills as well as hard skills, how they show up, how they optimize the assets that are available to them. It's very exciting when it's used properly.
And it's just going to accelerate it as well. As we said earlier, things are changing so quickly. Akash, what about you? Give us a key takeaway from this.
So I think the first thing is to think about the business outcomes, what we are trying to achieve by implementing any AI or ML solution, right? So when we have our goals ready, when we know this is the outcome that we are trying to achieve, then think about our data sources. What are the data sources that we have? How we can ingest all the data at one platform and start bifurcating in different buckets. So one of the things that we always recommend to bifurcate all your data in 3-4 different buckets. One is your company data, right? And the second is your partner data that can come from different sources, like their blog, their website, their social media platform, your partner intent data, the information that your partner has provided to you as part of your partner program. And then once you have your company data ready, partner data ready, then the user like CAMs, PAMs, and users from partner organizations, they can bring their own private data to the model. And how we can create business rules around that, and how we can train our models to give a very concise and relevant output based on these 3 different data sources: your company, your private, and partner data.
Yeah.
And this is where Ignite and Bridge AI come in and help you solve that problem, which any open AI open platforms like OpenAI, ChatGPT, and all, they cannot solve that problem because it's an open platform.
And that co-working together means, I think, as you referenced earlier, Fiona, that the system is working with you. It's learning with you. It's developing your skills. It's understanding you as you go along.
Well, we like to call it an agent in your pocket, because
agent in your pocket.
In your pocket, yeah.
When you need the information, you get it.
Yeah, that's very cool. We're up on time. We've covered so many bases. We've covered at least 2 analogies of icebergs and cakes, and You've given us a lot to think about. Thanks, Fiona. Thanks, Akash. And thanks, everyone, for listening.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you, everyone.
guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Akash.